Hey there, Stampers. Happy Valentine's Day. I apologize for being a couple minutes late. I changed my project at the very last minute because at 11:45, my paper pumpkin box was delivered. So I was scrambling to pull out a couple things so that I could craft with it this morning. Okay, so this is my disclaimer here. For those of you who are Paper Pumpkin subscribers, I just got mine, so I'm going to open it up and I'm going to be using it. So if you do not want a spoiler, then maybe you should just turn it off and watch the replay after you get your kit, okay? Happy Valentine's Day to Mary Liz. Okay, I'm going to reiterate that this is a spoiler because I just got this month's kit. So if you don't want to see what's inside, if you love the idea of a surprise, then just come back and watch the replay after you get your kit. Okay, so I'm going to open it up. We're going to go through what is inside. I'm going to pick out what I'm going to use because I'll be scrapbooking with it today. And like I said, I got it like 15 minutes ago. So I scrambled to pull out some things quickly, but I will likely have to pull out some more things as well. Okay, and I haven't actually fully gone through the kit. I just kind of looked at the colors and a few of the little embellishments just to see what's inside. All right, so let's go. So this kit is called Lovely Day. It's the February 2020 Paper Pumpkin kit. To subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, I will add a link if you're watching the replay on Facebook in the description above, and if you're watching the replay on YouTube, in the description below, I'll put a link with all the details on Paper Pumpkin. Okay, so inside the box, you get this little flyer that tells you that this kit coordinates with the celebration Happy Birthday to You stamp set, which you can earn for free with a $60 purchase. And there's coordinating dies that go with this as well. So it's showing you, I believe, okay, so it's, yeah, showing this uses some pieces from the kit. Actually, this uses some pieces from the kit as well. Actually, they all use pieces from the kit, but they've also used that stamp set. Okay, so they work well together. So that's giving you some ideas. And then these are the projects. And I believe you get 3 each of 3 different designs. And the colors in this kit are Petal Pink, Pool Party, Pretty Peacock, Rich Razzleberry, Rococo Rose, and Old Olive. And then this is the stamp set. Now let's see, maybe if I put this against. So it's got this beautiful floral image. There's another smaller floral image. It's got the word lovely. Congratulations. There's a piece of cake with a candle in it. Have a, celebrate, wishes, birthday, and you're a great reason too. And then there's these little 3 lines. I think those are intended to add color to your cake slice or your cake layers. Good morning, Barb. But I can see those being used as candles as well. You could just add a little flame up there. Okay, and then you get these beautiful pink sequins in 3 different sizes. There's 3 different sizes in there. I'll definitely be using that. A sheet of dimensionals. You get the Rococo Rose Stampin' Spot. Okay, some of these things I'm gonna put. All right, and then you get some of these little cakes or images with cakes printed on there. And then these beautiful flowers, which I know I'm going to use. So I'm gonna pop out. I might use all 3 of these actually. They're so pretty. And on a 12 by 12 page, I might need, we'll pop out 2 for now. Okay, and then you get these. So this pops out to create a little window so that you can have your cake in behind. So I am going to pull out one of these. When I saw this kit and I saw the purple in it, I knew immediately what photo I wanted to use, and I'll share that with you in a minute. But these 2 colors, Pretty Peacock and Pool Party, in small amounts might work, but I'm really gonna focus on the purple. Surprise, surprise, hey, me and purple again. That's twice in 1 week. So I'm not going to use a lot of the Pretty Peacock, but I might end up cutting out these little banner things in the Old Olive. So I am going to pull out one of those. And then these, initially when I saw these, I thought, oh, something rubbed off. But look what they've done. They've done, it's like almost like a sponged background that they created for us. And then you're meant to stamp your image over top. So where the pink is where your flower goes, and where the green is where the leaves are. So I thought that was really cool. So I'm gonna pull out one of those because I might end up using one of those. And then, hey Beth. And then there's these envelopes. So, and these are just a really, really light shade of pink. And then with the purple on the inside. And the purple, the rich raspberry, is only on this back panel. So I am gonna pull out one of those because I could cut this apart, use the pink as a layer. I'm pretty sure it's pink. Yeah, it is pink. Or I could use some of the rich raspberry. So I'll pull out one of those. And then there's those same envelopes in the green. So we've got Old Olive on the inside and then a lighter shade. So I'll pull out one of those. And then, oh, these are fun. These are like foam words that are stickers. They've got a backing that you can peel off. So we've got the word lovely, wishes, and celebrate. These are really fun. I haven't seen these in the paper pumpkin kit before. And I'm thinking lovely might work well in my title. So I'll pull those out. We've got some more envelopes. This is the pool party with the Pretty Peacock. I'm gonna put those aside. And then what is this? So this okay, this is one of the card bases. So this is this card base. And it goes, this is interesting. So it goes like that. That would be fun to use. So then it would open, well, they've got it like this. So it's meant to open like that. You write your message on the inside, and then the back looks like that. So we'll pull out one of those. And then we've got some card bases. So we've got 3 in the Pretty Peacock, which I'm going to set aside because I'm not going to use those, as pretty as that is. We've got some banners that are embossed in, might be rose gold. It's really hard to tell in this light. It's not gold, it could be silver, but it looks like there's a little bit of a pink hue to it, so it might be rose gold. I haven't looked at the description, so it probably says in the description. And then we've got some rich raspberry card bases, so I'm gonna pull one of those out as well. Good morning, Christine. Yes, you just might regret canceling it. Okay, so I will pop all of this stuff away and move that box out of the way. And then I'm gonna share some of the other things that I pulled out after just looking at the kit really, really quickly. I'm gonna try to, okay. Oh, and there was a little sheet of mini glue dots as well. I'm going to pop out, just because it saves having to, oh, look at this. These ones are more like a zigzag. Okay, so I'm gonna pop out one of each of these and I'll put them in my little handy dandy dish here. So I've got this little dish that I'll put some of my embellishments in that I might end up using. And then we can tuck these away. Otherwise, I'm always just scrambling to find things. Okay, I'm gonna set my stamp set over there. All right, so then I went to, oh, let me share the photo first. Okay, so when I saw the purple, I immediately thought of a photo that I have of my grandma, who has been gone for quite a while. And I had pulled out the photo months ago with the intention of scrapbooking it using something else, and then it just wasn't working for me, so I set it aside. And I remembered that she had purple flowers in her dress, and I remembered that the dress was blue. I was really hoping it would work with the Pretty Peacock, but it's more of a Pacific Point, a royal blue, than a Pretty Peacock. So, and this was on our wedding, not our wedding day. We kind of went away and got married and then came back and had a party. And this was on our party day before we went to get family photos done. And yeah, so, and that was like in July it'll be 25 years ago. So this is a very old photo, but I just love this photo of my grandma. So I thought it would be perfect with these pretty little purple flowers. I thought it would work wonderful. Okay, so with that in mind, and the colors in the kit, so really focusing on probably the old olive and the rich raspberry, I went to, and the Rococo Rose, because I thought that would be another good color to focus on. I went to the Woven Threads, let me just make sure, yeah, Woven Threads DSP, because I knew it had some Rococo Rose in it, and it's a little bit more of a vintagey feel or a distressed feel. Good morning, Alice. Good morning, Beth. So which I thought would work really perfectly with the photo of my grandma. So I pulled out the 2 pieces of Rococo Rose. So this one has kind of a diamond pattern on it. And then this one is just kind of distressed. It's got a little bit of terracotta tile splattered in there a little bit, but that's fine. And then I also pulled out this one because I thought this might be a good background piece. This is from the same paper pack. And then I pulled out my standby 12 by 12 Whisper White, just in case I decided to go on a white base. Okay, so I pulled out those. I've pulled out all the coordinating ink pads, and then I had a quick look through my embellishments, or some of my embellishments, and I actually didn't pull out much. I have these leaves, wooden leaves, or feathers, sorry, left from the holiday catalog. They were part of the autumn suite that was in there. So I pulled those out. I thought those might work as a little embellishment. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. And then I found some older things here. This is from an old paper pumpkin, or not paper pumpkin, an old Project Life kit that we carried years ago. Happy Valentine's Day to you too, Susan. And these leaves are old olive. These might come in handy, the green heart, and then the So Lovely, because it's got the word lovely in the title, that might work. And Pool Party is another color that's in here. So I thought that some of those images might work. I could use, this is a white sticker. That's kind of like an oval shaped wreath, and then there's a little flower. I could easily cover over that peach flower with a pink flower or a purple flower. So yeah, so some of these might work. And then this, I believe, is from an old paper pumpkin kit. And this, I don't know if that is actually Rococo Rose, but I thought it was a close match. And that these are just strips of stickers. So those could come in handy. And then this is from a planner kit that I got a long time ago. These are just like little sticker flags. And the colors work quite well. Like it's got that pink in there. So you can see I'm leaning more towards the pink. All right. So let's see here. Now, where are we going to start? The other thing that I pulled out was I pulled out 3 different ribbons. So I pulled out some petal pink, some Rococo Rose, and then this is it's almost like a tassel-y ribbon that coordinates with the Woven Thread suite. I'm not sure if I'll use it or not, but we'll see. Okay, so I've done enough talking. Let's get started. I really don't have much of an idea what I'm gonna do. So with 15 minutes to plan before you go live, it's a little bit tricky. Okay, so let's see. Do I want to do a white base and then have, kind of thinking of having like maybe an 8.5 by 11 piece on the side and then mounted onto a 12 by 12. And most of my decorating will be on that 8.5 by 11 piece. So that's kind of where my mind is going right now. That doesn't look bad, but I want to do blocks on here. So I'm thinking, I don't really like that on there. That's too close. Let's see. I might do that, or do I want to do this and then have the color? Okay, you know what? Let's create our blocks first, and then we will decide how the layering is going to go. So let's see. We will do. I'm going to do 3.5. by 5, I think might be a good size. So I will definitely save that because that would be a good tuck in for something else. Okay, so we've got that. This one, I like that like that. I might actually just cut off. I think I might just separate this because I really like that two-toned look. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to separate these two pieces. So I'll just cut it along the score line. I'll save this for a different project, and then this will get tucked back in here. And I'm just gonna tuck a little mini glue dot in here to hold them in place. So hold the two layers together, because I don't need it to open or anything. That's not straight. Okay, and then grab another mini glue dot for the other side, because that way when I trim it down, it will hold it in place. Okay, so now I want to trim it down to, I think I cut the other one was 3.5. Let's cut 4.25. We'll cut 3/8 of an inch off of both sides. Again, these might come in handy. Oh, look at that. I just stuck it down and now I'm cutting off the tape, cutting off the glue dots. Well, that was smart, Sherry. Okay, and then if we do 5 inches here. Okay, that will be a nice little layer as well. So that'd be cute, hey? All right, what else have we got here? We've got some olive. I really do want to bring in this olive color. So let's open this up. Let me grab my scissors, which are here somewhere. Yes, you're right. It is good to have the dots on the mini stripes because then it holds it together. This one, because it's got the notch, you're right, Mary Liz, it does hold it together pretty well. So I'm not worried too much about getting it overly straight because I can trim it to make it straight with my paper cutter. And you know what? Cutting into these envelopes and things really doesn't bother me at all because I will use some of them. I really like the cards, so I will definitely make up some of the cards. But for the most part, I use my bits and pieces for scrapbooking and for other projects rather than card making. Okay, so that's pretty on that side. That could be used for something. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to trim this so that it's relatively straight. So that I have a good side to put up against the, oh, let's trim off this little circular bit. Might come in handy. I don't want to lose that circle or that half circle. That could be cute somewhere. All right, so then I'm going to do a little bit bigger than 3.5. Again, those stripes going that way might come in handy. So 3.5. That's a little bit too thin. And then by 5. All right, so we've got that. See, I could use it either way. So that's 4. Now, how big is this? So I could probably trim off. Okay. I'm not going to trim it yet. I'm going to play around with that. I'm not sure I want to get rid of that little pretty little border just yet. Okay, so now that we've got some layers to work with, let's see what I want to do here. Okay, do I want to have this beautiful pink? Let me grab a sheet of 8.5 by 11. This will give me a better. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm thinking. And then so kind of like this. And then some purple. Okay, I wonder if I want to pull in some more green down here. And then let me move this up so you guys can see. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm thinking for the layout. And then I could use a nice big flower here. I wish this background wasn't so busy, but that's okay. And then if I trimmed this down, let's see here. I trimmed that down. I could trim it down to 3.5 by 5. Let's see. And leave the little dots on one end, and it would be 5 inches, which that might be cute. Or I could just leave it big like this too. Okay, now, do we like that background, or do we like it, is that too much pink and purple? Because we could put it on this background. Yes, Amy. So this is a spoiler. For those of you who are, sorry, I should have mentioned this earlier. For those of you who are Paper Pumpkin subscribers, if you don't want a spoiler, I'm using this month's Paper Pumpkin kit to scrapbook. I went through all of the details of what came in the kit earlier, so now I'm just using bits and pieces. Okay, do we like it on the crumb cake background? Or, that's a lot of pink. I don't hate it though. That's a little bit more subtle. Or there was this one. I think this one might be too busy. Let's just try it though. Yeah, that one's out. I don't like that one. If I did this one, I could stamp some of that beautiful floral image. This beautiful floral image that's in the stamp set. I could stamp that in crumb cake in the background, and it'd be a nice subtle background. The DSP, Amy, is the Woven Threads DSP. Everybody seems to like the pink. Okay. You know what? I will go with what you guys say. This is a lot more pink than what I would normally do, but that's okay. I don't dislike it. So, all right. So now I think we're gonna do what is intended on this. So I'm gonna slide this out of the way, and we are gonna attempt this. So there is this gorgeous, for those of you who missed it, this gorgeous floral image in the stamp set this month. Ugh. And I have a block here somewhere. So, and then this came in the Paper Pumpkin kit, and you're intended to stamp this. Oh, this is tricky to see. Stamp this over top. So there's a little bit of, it's almost like it's sponged. The color is sponged on there. So let me just check. So the only ink that came in this kit was Rococo Rose. So you must be intended to stamp it in Rococo Rose, but I think I'm going to stamp it in Rich Razzleberry. So I want to bring in a little bit more of that purple color. So, and I always stamp on a scrap when I'm stamping an image for the first time. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. So pretty. That will be nice to color in. Yes, I did get my paper pumpkin kit, Carol. Okay, so I am going to do my best, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I'll just keep telling myself that. So I did have a plan if my paper pumpkin kit did not come in. So I've got my Tuesday project on my VIP page all planned. I'll be using the little ladybug set on Tuesday evening. Look at that. That is so pretty. Oh my gosh. I love it. Okay. So we've got that. Now I want to bring in a little bit more green up here because there's a lot of green over here. So let me have a look at my bits and pieces here. I could do a little flag. This is not very long, but let's see what we can do with this. So I'm going to trim just a little rectangle from this. Oh, you know what? This will work because stripes will be going. I want my stripes going in an opposite direction. Let's try it, because then I can make it a little bit longer. So I'm just going to flag the end. And then just trim it across the top. So then I've got that little repeat of green up there. And I could do a little purple as well to bring in some of the purple. Or I could do, actually let's do the pink instead. Let's do that. So Marilyn, you're not going to get yours until Wednesday? Well, now you have an idea on what to do with it if you scrapbook. Okay, so we got that. That'll go there. Of course, I will add a little bit of baker's twine or something up there. Let's see. I think one of these flowers might be enough. I could stamp one and color it in, but then it'll give it a completely different look. And let's see, what if I did, I could do a couple in Rococo Rose kind of in the background here. It's kind of a lot of flowers though. Let's see, let me move it up here so that you guys can see. I keep moving it down. It's too much purple, unless I did this. The purple up here. Okay, so this is where you'll see me putz. Let's see. Okay, there was that lovely title page. There's this pretty pink too. So this was on that envelope flap. I could do something like that on the side. Let's cut this envelope flap off. Okay. You have snail FedEx. Okay. I could do something like that, or I could do it up at the top, but I've already got something at the top there, so at the side here might be better. I'm just wondering because I got two flowers there. I feel I need a third cluster. I'm thinking maybe right here, Or do I want to move this over? Do this here. I'm trying to think of where my clusters are going to be, because I didn't like having the two flowers that were kind of like that. So if I did that, and then I could do a third cluster, but then I've got it like that. I could do a third. What if I did a third one? Okay, I still need to play. Okay, let's look at this title. So this lovely. I love that these are on foam, so they're dimensional. This is so fun. So look at that. It's like it's on fun foam. So it's got the dimension. All you have to do is peel off the backing. You don't have to stick it on dimensionals. So I'm thinking my title will go here. And I could do something like My Lovely Grandma, or Lovely You. Okay, so I think this is definitely the way it's going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and commit to this, but I'm going to take my scissors. I want to distress it a little bit, just because the feel of some of the paper, it feels like it's a bit more distressed or heritage, kind of vintagey kind of a look. So I'm going to take my scissors and all around this 8.5 by 11 piece, just going to rub it along. And I'm not pushing very hard. You don't need to push very hard. Oh, I ripped it, but that's okay. Adds to the charm. I'm gonna actually just I'll just rip this piece right off. It's like it's meant to be that way. Distress it a little bit more, my fingers, and then I think I will do the same just kind of down here. Just gonna rip a little piece out. Okay, and then that is going to go on here. So we'll use some fast fuse. Oh, my son is upstairs cooking something. It smells good. He came to me. I went to let him know it was bedtime last night, and he goes, "But Mom, I don't have school tomorrow." I'm like, "Yes, you do." I said, "You have Monday off, but you have school tomorrow." "No, Mom," he goes, "I don't have school tomorrow." I'm like, "What?" So I looked in the website. Sure enough, he didn't have school today. I'm like, "Oh, all right then." Okay, so I'm just gonna go around the edges and kind of roughen this up a little bit. I know, it is a pretty kit, isn't it? Amy, my tropical album class is on February 29th. Okay, so this, how did I decide that I was going to do this? Was I going to do it? Yeah, I was going to do it this way. Maybe I need to put my photo on something that's a bit more solid. No, I do like it on this mix. Okay. Does anybody else do that, where it's you just kind of talk to yourself? Okay, let's figure out how close we want these layers. So if I did about like that, and like that. Okay, what do you guys think? Should I keep the circles around the edge, even though that makes it bigger than everything else, and just adjust my positioning based on that? Or do I trim off the sides and the top? Okay, I'm gonna stick this piece down. Keep the lace. I'm leaning more towards keeping the lace as well. Okay. So that will go on there. It's hard to tell if it's straight when you've got distressed edges. About like that. And then let's stick these down up here. Put one like that and the other one on top of that. And I can stick that down. So what I'm doing with this one is I'm kind of centering it so that the edges of this old olive piece are kind of meeting up with the inset after that first scallop. So it hangs over the edge a little bit, but this piece ends up being in the center going vertically, and then this piece will end up being in the center going horizontally. Right. Okay, so there's our base. And then maybe I could stick this. That's too much purple there. Could do the pink. Or where's that green piece? That would allow me to pull in that green. Could do the green up here. Okay, let's see. This is gonna go here. This is gonna go here. Or do I want to do that? The only thing with that is you can see where you're supposed to lick the envelope there. It's a little bit shiny. Not sure I like that. I don't know if that color green kind of fits there. Okay, I know I'm gonna pop this up, so where are my dimensionals? Let's, oh, you know what we could do? Look at this. This foam, I'm gonna cut that out. This side is peel off and it'll be sticky. I'll add a little bit of adhesive on there, and there's my dimensional for my flower. So don't throw away that negative space on that foam. That's perfectly good foam. This kind of hangs over the edge here. Oh, decisions, decisions. I'm not sure if I like that circle. Okay, what else do we have in our stamp set here? Okay, so we've got this. I think I'm gonna stamp this and color it. I think that would be nice. Don't know if I want the word lovely anymore. It's not a birthday. Yeah, so I don't think any of the other words will work, but this image will. So I'm gonna grab some white cardstock and my blends, because that would be pretty as a little accent on this square. That could pull in a third flower. Still need to figure out, I'm gonna do some journaling on here. Oh, I've got these, let's see. Got these cute little banners. This, I could cut this out too. I wonder, let's see. I'm gonna try, see if it will give me some flexibility. to move it if I cut these out. This might be my way of bringing in some green in that top square. So I am cutting right on the lines. Normally when I fussy cut, I leave a bit of a border, but I don't want that blue showing because I don't have blue anywhere else on my page. Well, this is gonna be a bit tricky, that little string. So I'm cutting all of the sides that go in one direction first, and then I'll go back and do this. So does anybody have plans for Valentine's Day? I'll carefully trim in between without snipping it apart so that I've got this cute little olive banner. Does allow me to bend it a little. You know, this is throwing me off. I don't think I want that. So I could do that. I could add another one to make it a little longer. I'm not sure if that fits. Not sure if it fits the whole theme, but we'll leave it there for now. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna grab a block and my memento. So far the only thing that I've added in to this kit is the 12 by 12 and a piece of 8.5 by 11. Everything else is from the kit. Now I'm adding in some white cardstock. However, you could stamp on this. I probably wouldn't stamp on this and then color with blends, but because I think it would bleed on that cardstock. That cardstock is not meant to be used with blends. But if you were coloring in, let's say with the watercolor pencils, which reminds me, you know what? This image actually almost looks like it's colored in with watercolor pencils. So maybe watercolor pencils might be a better choice, because it has almost that pencil-y kind of feel, those pencil marks on there. So that might be a better choice. Okay. Oh, I forgot I had these flowers. I'm kind of like a squirrel here. I keep going back and forth to different things. I have these feathers as well. Is it kind of odd having feathers coming out of your flower? It is kind of odd. I think the feathers might have to wait for a different layout. I really want to use those though. Okay, and then I've got some of these. Oh, and I definitely want to use some of those pretty pink sequins. Okay, let me grab my pencil crayons. Okay, and I am pretty sure that there is, yeah, rich raspberry and old olive. So last night at card class, where's my aqua painter? Oh, and I colored with Memento, or I stamped with Memento. If I'm going to do this with an aqua painter, I need to use StazOn. Okay, let's just see how this works. Okay, so last night at Stamp Club, we used these a different way. We took our aqua painter and we pulled the ink right from here and then colored in. I'm actually gonna try that. I don't know that it will work with Memento as my base. It might just look like a messy blob, but we'll give it a shot. Maybe if I don't go over the edges too much, it might be okay. My automatic, like I just automatically go to blends when I color. I have to force myself to use anything else. They really are my favorite. But it was fun to revisit this idea last night at class. Yeah, it's working okay. I'm not getting any bleeding just by being careful not to go over those lines too much. Marilyn asked, was all this stuff in this month's Paper Pumpkin? This is a real teaser when you come in the middle of a live. Okay, yes, everything so far that I've used is in this month's Paper Pumpkin kit, except the 12x12 background. That is in the Woven Threads DSP, and the 8.5x11 sheet of Whisper White. Apart from that, all the stamping that I've done is from this month's Paper Pumpkin kit. These pieces are, like everything else is, except the watercolor pencils and of course the aqua painter. But all of these supplies, apart from these 2 sheets of cardstock, are all in this month's Paper Pumpkin kit. So I am just gonna finish coloring this up. I think this gives a closer look, coloring it with the pencils. It looks a little bit closer in style to the beautiful flower that comes in this month's kit. Okay, I need a scrap piece to run this on. Just clean this off, and then I'll do the same with the old olive. These might be a little bit trickier to not go over the lines, but let's hope there's not too much bleeding. So whenever you stamp, or whenever you're going to color with anything with moisture, like water, you want to stamp with StazOn. You don't want to stamp with Memento. Memento is meant to be used with the Stampin' Blends. But saying that, this seemed to work not too badly. Okay. Oh, so now I'm gonna have to fussy cut this. Unless I punch it out with a circle. But no, of course I want to fussy cut it. Okay, let's see. Tracy likes the banner and the little tags by the rose. Well, I'm glad I didn't give you much of a, I'm glad you don't think it's a spoiler, Marilyn. I always worry, and that's kind of why I say at the beginning that, you know what, I'm going to be using this kit. If you like a surprise, you might want to come back and watch the replay. But I know a lot of people joined in a little bit later, and I keep forgetting to mention that. But I'm always really excited when I get my Paper Pumpkin kit, so I feel like if I just do it right away, like even though I came in 15 minutes before I went live, I thought, you know what, I'm still gonna do it. I'll make it work. It helped that I had a photo in mind as well. As soon as I saw that purple color. Carol says, last night I had asked what their favorite coloring tools were, and this was hers. Yeah, because we did this coloring with the pencil crayons on the aqua painter last night that way, and Carol's saying that that's her favorite. Okay, I apologize. That's one thing when you don't have a project planned, is you kind of have to do everything live, so you're just watching me fussy cut. So remember when I said that I was cutting this banner, I didn't leave a border because I didn't want the blue to show. Now I am leaving that little bit of a border around the edges, and it makes it a bit more forgiving. You don't have to get it right on the line. As long as you have a relatively even border all the way around, it doesn't have to be perfect. So it looks pretty good. And it helps to move the cardstock, not your scissors. So you can see that I'm rotating the cardstock and I'm not really moving my scissors a whole lot. So Mary Liz, you're having a quiet, crafty weekend this weekend? I think I'm going to as well. We have a few plans, but not a lot. The kids are off doing their own thing tomorrow, so. Okay, I guess I need to cut in between here. So, okay, now for title ideas, I really want to use this word lovely. Does anybody have any ideas? For those of you who didn't hear the background and the story, this is a photo of my grandma back in 1995, the year that we were married. I'm dating myself now here. And she's no longer with us, hasn't been for a while, but I love this photo of her. And when I saw the purple, I knew exactly what photo I wanted to use. And this was on our wedding date, just in our apartment, kind of waiting for when it was time to leave to go get photos done. And so it doesn't have to be anything about wedding because this is about her, but I really want to use that lovely. So if you guys have ideas on, I was thinking maybe my lovely grandma, or maybe, I don't know. So let's do some brainstorming. Let's come up with a title for this layout. Okay, let's see here. Marilyn says, I seem to have quite a time fussy cutting and leaving an even white edge around it. I end up cutting too close to my stamped images. You know what? I think it just takes practice as well. You can see that in places it's not very even. It's closer in some places than in other. But once it's on your project, nobody notices that. We're always our worst critic. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Oh, our lovely grandma, I like that. That could work. Okay, now how am I going to, okay, I'm thinking up here, where are my strips that I had left here? Okay, I need something to go up there. I need some twine. So I'm going to use some white baker's twine. I think that's going to go up there like that. Lovely lady could be, that would work too. Let's see. That white almost gets lost up there, doesn't it? Okay, let's stick our photo down. That's gonna go there. That's gonna go there. Okay, so I need to, let me look at my alphabet sets, because grandma is an awfully long word. I have this scripty one. Not a huge fan of stamping with those script letters. I use it more for this alphabet than I do for the rest. That's probably a good size if I want it to fit on there, though. I don't think I have a stamp set that has grandma in it. And I have this one, but this is too big. That's gonna go, that'll span like the whole thing. And I do want to use the whole word grandma because that's what we called her. Although if I did lovely lady, well, no, because I want people to know when they flip through that it is our grandma. Let me look at my retired ones and see if I've got anything. Those are too big. Those are too small. Okay, let me think here. I am going to do something I don't normally do on my Facebook Lives, but I am going to look at my non-Stampin' Up! Stuff and see what I've got that I could spell out the word grandma. Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to do green. So some of these are, oh, look at this. This is like, this is perfect. This looks like it's rose gold. There we go. There's the winner. I don't even know what these are from. Could have been from a past Project Life kit. It doesn't have any markings, so I don't know if it's Stampin' Up! Or not. I think those might be perfect. Let me just keep looking here. I don't want cork. That's vanilla. We don't want silver. Clear. There's not enough letters in that. We've got some clear white, but I don't have the right letters. I don't want orange. I don't want green. I don't want gold. Some numbers, not yellow. Oh, these are also rose gold. So I could do white with rose gold, or I could do rose gold with white. Which one do you think? Because I'm pretty sure I have enough letters for both. I'm thinking the rose gold would, I could do our or my, whichever one I decide, in the white, and then I could do grandma in the rose gold, because then it would, actually I think these are might be copper, but it's close enough. Because then this one would pop out a little bit more. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. All right. So now to the positioning of it all. How am I gonna do this? Do I want this in the middle? I don't want it at the top, and I don't want it at the bottom, because then this, unless I decide to put this up here, then I could do this at the bottom. All right, so another little trick, which I may have shared with you guys in the past, is when I'm using alphabet stickers, I like to put them on some wax paper. I have tweezers here somewhere. Wax paper first, because then I can figure out the positioning and exactly where I want to put them and still see through. So I'm gonna put the word grandma on here. I love all the different types of names that grandparents have. Like some people go by Nana. I know Marcel called his grandma Nanny, and his other Nanny and Grandpa, and then his other side it was Papa, and I don't know what he called his grandma because I'd never met her. D. So and then there's Opa and Oma, and it's so many terms of endearment. So for those of you who are grandparents, what are you called? Or what did you call your grandparents? Or do you call your grandparents? Hey, Tracy, you're a grandma. What are you called? Are you called grandma? I always think about that. I'm like, okay, when I have grandkids, what do I want to be called? I've always called my grandmas, both sides. They've always been grandma and grandpa. Okay, so this is going to go, lovely grandma. So if I did that, like that, so kind of nestled in there, just like that. Grammy, that is so cute, Grammy. Yeah, and there's different spellings too, right? Yeah, so yeah, for us, it's with the D, so it's grandma and grandpa. And you're right, grandma Or there's even grandma, like Gramma as well. Okay, and then I'm thinking that our could just nestle right in here. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. So let's figure out kind of where on here. I want that hanging off the edge. I kind of like that hanging off the edge like that. So I'm going to just reposition this on here. It's nice that this has lines on it, so I can position it so it's in a straight line. So my kids call my mom and dad Grandma and Grandpa, and then they call my husband's parents Grandma Gloria and Grandpa Doug. So they use their first names and just add the word grandma in the front. For me, it was always Grandma Powell and Grandma Stevens. Like, it was always their last names. So I thought it was kind of cool that we switched it up and made it their first names. Ethan used to call Marcel's mom Grandma Gory, because her name is Gloria, and so it was hard for him to say, so Grandma Gory. Okay, Carol says the wax paper replacement is a great idea. Yeah, I saw that on another video. Tracy says so far grandma, so there we go, another spelling difference. So Grama, but he doesn't really talk much, so I'm not sure if that'll stick. You still have the opportunity to change it if you want, Tracy, right? But okay, so then this is going to get nestled right on there like that. Man, I hope they come out with more of these. I love these little things. They're so cute. Oh, they stick really well too. Okay, so I'm gonna tuck that underneath, and then I'm gonna put a dimensional just under the top of the flower, so the top of the flower pops up. I have dimensionals, here we go. These are big ones, I just need a piece of one. Okay, so I'll just tuck that in behind here. That will hold it in place. Oh, I don't even have to put our or my on there. Just lovely grandma. I kind of like that. Boy, those letters, that couldn't have worked out better. Okay, so that, do I want to put that down here? Or up? I like this, so I think I'm going to put it up here. But I'm wondering if I need to do something else for that contrast there. What if I did like a vellum circle? Or we could do, let's see what we've got here. What else did I pull out? Okay, I've also got these. There's some green leaves here, but these are different. Oh, you won't be able to see them on there. I've got some of these white, kind of a different style of a flower though. Okay, I'm just talking to myself. That and maybe a bit of the green. If I tucked those in behind there, that will add a little bit of contrast in there. Or have more of this, but I think that's too close. Okay, I think it will help once I add my journal. Oh, the other thing, let's see what I could do. Okay, so for my journaling, I have this notebook. It's a Rhodia dot pad that I got from a class, but you can get it on Amazon. It's dot pad number 16, and it's just this pad of dot grid, it's a nice smooth white paper, and I like to do my journaling on that and tuck it in because it you can write straight, you can cut it down to size, and it seems to work out really, really well, and it's perfect to add onto your page. So if I cut this, I don't know, let's try cutting it down to 2 inches maybe. Let's try 2.5. I can always trim it if I need to. 2.5 by 3.5. And then if I tuck this in here, I did that and then had these like that, and then stuck that on top. Okay, what do you think? Put that there or still keep it up? I feel like it's disconnected up there. I do like that though. I think that helps and that makes the flower pop. So I'm definitely gonna do that. So let's add a bit of adhesive to this. Oh, this is turning into the longest Facebook Live ever here. Okay, and then I'm going to I'm just gonna angle cut the ends of these. I told my son, because I ask my family to not be on our internet when I do a Facebook Live, just because I don't want to have to compete, especially if like Ethan's playing a video game or whatever. I don't want to have to compete for that Wi-Fi connection because I'm in the basement. So I often ask them to just refrain from doing anything from using the internet while I'm doing a live. And they don't have a problem because it's usually like half an hour or whatever. It's not very long. But I told Ethan it's probably going to be closer to an hour, and now we are at an hour and 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I like that. So for those of you who may have missed it, these come in the kit and they're on this foam bit. So I popped out the word lovely down here, and then I cut out the rest of the foam that was around there. I added a little bit of adhesive, stuck it to the back, and now this is a sticker that I can use to pop up. Just trying to figure out what direction I want it to go in here. I think I like it like this. I like it like this. Okay. Figure out how high I want it. There we go. Okay. Now, where did my, oh, here it is. Yeah, I think I do want to add that. Oh, I do think I do like it like that better. Or I could put it straight across. Like that. You know what? I think I like it like that. If I did it straight across like this. I don't know, what do you guys think? I don't like that. Oh, and I want to add some sequins. Okay, I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to put in your opinions on that. And let's see, we are going to add some of these beautiful pink sequins. I'm going to dump some of these out right here. Oh, there's a couple, it looks like there's a couple different colors. Some of these look a little bit more purple than pink. Oh, this one even looks green. See, that one has a bit of a green hue to it. This one's pink. That's interesting, because they all look pink in the package. So let's put a green one down here. And then a pink one up here. And then we'll do a couple over here. And I think a couple down here as well. Okay, I'm happy with that positioning. So let's grab me some Tombow. Do I have it out? No. All right. Okay, so I like it on the left pink corner. Left pink corner. So up here at an angle. Amy likes it angled or white left. So like that. That's what the majority is going with. Okay, looks like it. All right. So now I'm just going to use a little dot of Tombow. Hopefully my Tombow will cooperate. Add my sequence and my little bow and my banner, and then I think I am done. So for those of you who are not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, well, and even those of you who are, I mean, you may not be aware of this, next month we get a bonus free stamp set included in the kit. So whether you're a new subscriber, if you subscribe before, what month are we in? March 10th, then you'll get that bonus stamp set as well. That's in addition to everything that you already get in your kit, which in and of itself is a fabulous deal. And I know some of you have been subscribers for a long time, and some of you have been subscribers since the beginning, and you took a break. Paper Pumpkin is amazing now. It didn't start off amazing. It had some, it needed to grow. It needed to, it had some growing pains, but now it is a wonderful kit, and I just love it. I love it for so many different reasons. It makes crafting on the go fabulous. It makes it so easy because everything is right in the kit. If you're looking for quick and easy projects, this is definitely the way to go. And whether you're a new stamper or an experienced stamper, this works brilliantly because you can do it exactly as it's intended, and it's not meant to take any longer than half an hour, 45 minutes to complete the kit. Or you can switch it up. There's a fabulous there's a fabulous Facebook group called, I think it's called the Paper Pumpkin Fan Club, and there are always tons of alternatives posted. So you can step it up if you don't love the project that you get that month, or if you want to make it a little bit different and add your own touch to it. There's tons of ideas out there. Oh my gosh, I love how this turned out. I really, really like it. You know what? I think I've still got some rose gold shimmer paint from the Everything is Rosy kit that might still be on the clearance rack for a fabulous deal. Loved that kit. There was rose gold shimmer paint in that kit. I think that's where it came from. And I think having a few little splatters with the rose gold shimmer paint kind of here and then a little bit here might look really cute. So I might add that off camera. All right, so I think that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know I've had a lot of feedback about how people enjoy seeing the process. I don't know, some people enjoy it, some people don't. I know that some people don't want to sit here and listen to you talk through your process, but if it helps out some people, I'm happy to do it. And if you don't enjoy it, then you can always just skip to the end and see what the final project looks like. All right, so I will post any of the extra supplies that I used in the description above. If you're watching the Facebook replay, and if you're watching the replay on YouTube, I will post the description or the supply list below, but most of this came from this month's Paper Pumpkin kit. I used very little apart from a couple pieces of cardstock and then this little alphabet set. Apart from that, everything else pretty much was in the kit. All right, so thanks so much for watching. Have a fabulous weekend. Happy Valentine's Day, and I will see you next week.